We're just at Parkside, just off the pitch after the home defeat to Maldon. Keith, your first game, just what's your thoughts on today, first of all?
Obviously disappointed to lose the game. Possibly it was a difficult game to take on against Maldon at the minute, who are confident. But I felt, obviously we're a bit disappointed with the penalty, but penalties really stepped up to take it. Could have been a little bit different. It would have been a different story after that, because we would have been 1-0 up. And then they slowly got themselves into the game, kept the ball better than what we did. And I just felt we just lacked that little bit. I had to change it to match them up. And I just felt inside that, I felt that the players I had inside to match them up weren't as good as their players, but I had to match them up because there was too much space being created. But up until they scored the goal, David, the keeper, didn't have a shot to save, and I just was a little bit disappointed in the goal in terms of it was a laboured run by the boy, which we should have picked up. He should have been picked up on the run. It wasn't a sharp movement where he got in really quickly, so I was a bit disappointed in that sense. After that, the game sort of went in their favour. I just felt a few of our boys dropped their heads too early in the game. There was a lot of time left in the game to have a go, and I just felt that we just, in the end, sort of like, obviously, we were a little bit unlucky with the one that came back off the post. That could have gone anywhere. So, with a little bit of luck, we could have had a goal or two, but in general play, I felt, in all honesty, they probably deserved the result, really.
Obviously, Maldon are a good team anyway, because they finished in the playoffs with us last year. So it's not really a bad thing, I suppose, to lose to them. It's not ideal, but they're a decent side and probably be up there at the end of the year.
Well, like any manager will tell you, don't like losing games of football. It's as simple as that. I don't care who it's against. At this point in time, we're not even until September tomorrow, obviously, but we're not. We've got this, like I said, the players in the change room. We have got a lot of points and a lot of games to play in this league. By the sounds of it, it's going to be a much tighter league this year. So teams will take points off everybody. And like I said to the players in the change rooms, in the next league game when we go to Maldon, we'll be a different setup altogether, because I've just sort of outlined to the players what I want, what I'm looking for. And because of the fact that I've been in non-league for a long time and been relatively successful, I know what it takes. So, like I said, so we're on a journey, but at the end of the day, they have to take on board what I'm looking for, because knowing how football works and been in it long enough to know that the buck stops with me, so I've got to make decisions that gives me that opportunity to win games of football.
Play again Monday against Romford and Velocity Trophy, different tournament, so obviously a chance to maybe freshen things up a little bit, look at players you maybe haven't seen yet, or...
Yeah, listen, like I said, the players in the change room, I don't want to change it too much. I want to win, because it breeds confidence, which for some strange reason there seemed to be there's a lack of confidence at the minute. Obviously I've never seen a game against Romford, but if we want to compete in this league, we have to beat teams like Maldon. It's as simple as that. No disrespect to Romford, but what I'm saying is, and we can't go into games against these teams and you're never going to dominate for 90 minutes. And what I'm trying to get across to the players is, when you come under pressure against these teams, you've got to be brave enough and confident enough to step up. You don't fold. But that we seem to drop off, and there seems to be that lack of confidence where if a team gets that 10-15 minutes of possession in the game, okay, that's fine, you do that, you're not going to break us down. We will have our momentum again. That's how good teams work. But we seem to, after we missed the penalty, we seem to drop back and start to get less confident, and it was almost like it happened too easy for my leg, and I just think that possibly players need to be a bit more confident in their own ability, and obviously I've got to either bring that out in them or look for it, because it's like I said, you're never going to win. You're never going to dominate for 90 minutes in any league game, or not unless I've never very rarely come across that. So they need to be, a bit more confident and a bit more braver. And 9 times out of 10, it favours that type team or player.
Brilliant. Cheers, Keith. Thank you.
All right.